The imagination of track and field fans across this country. First man under 10 seconds in the 100 in 15 years. He also smashed the Canadian record twice this year, running a 20:03 so far. There's also some very fast men in this field. Rasheed Dwyer of Jamaica, running in lane 4 down the middle of the track, is one of the favorites here. He's fresh. The question for DeGrasse: has he still got the legs after running through the rounds? 3 rounds in the 100, and now his second race in the 2. That's 5 races in a few days after a very busy and taxing NCAA season.
Well, this is where your support team really comes into play. The massage, the nutrition, the coaching, the relaxation to try and stay on track. It's very, very difficult to run through these rounds. Stresses yourself neuromuscularly and psychologically, but the young Andre DeGrasse is handling that very, very well. We'll see what he can do in this 200-meter men's final.
Warm-ups are done. The men now set to contest the final of the men's 200 meters. A terrific field in this final. World Championship medalists. Rasheed Dwyer, who has the new Pan Am record set here in the rounds at 1980, running down the middle of the track. The great Wallace Spearman also in the field. He'll be in lane 3 tonight. Andre DeGrasse of Canada out in lane number 8, so he'll be running blindly out front, but it's not a bad lane to be in. And that gradual bend to the straight after his sizzling 1958 Windy at the NCAA Championships. What's he got for us tonight? He'll be running against his teammate from USC, B.J. Lee, running in lane number 1 for the United States. He was 6th in the 100-meter final, has a personal best this year of 20:11, a pint-sized powerhouse. At lane number 2, representing the Dominican Republic, Giancarlos Martinez was 2nd in the 4x100 relay at the 2014 Central American and Caribbean Games. He has a clocking this year of 20:30. Here's Wallace Spearman of the United States, silver medalist at the World Championships at 200 meters in 2005, won double bronze in 07 and 09. Has a best of 2010 this year, but he's run 1965. Now one of the favorites, the powerfully built Rasheed Dwyer of Jamaica. Still fresh. He didn't run the 100s, only competing here in the 200s. Ran a 1980 new Pan Am record in the semifinals. He's running in lane number 4. In lane 5 from Panama, Alonso Edward, 2012 Olympian, silver medalist in 2009, the World Championships in Berlin. Lane number 6, Roberto Skyers of Cuba, defending Pan Am Games champion, has a best this year of 20:40. He likes to mug, he likes to clown, he looks loose. Lane number 7, Miguel Francis, representing Antigua. He has this scary time in 1976 into a headwind, but has not been ratified yet. Currently training with the Usain Bolt group. And in lane number 8, from Markham, Ontario, the Canadian fanning the fans here, letting the pressure melt off his shoulders. Andre DeGrasse, the gold medal champion here at the Pan Am Games, going for the double. He holds the Canadian record at 20:03, but he's gone 1958 Windy, slightly wind-aided at the NCAA Championships earlier this year. But watch these two men, Spearman and Dwyer. Spearman with experience and a great resume in this event. Dwyer, powerful. DeGrasse, the home field advantage.
Well, like you mentioned, Mark, that lane 8 is not too bad of a draw. He does run blind through this first corner, but it's a little bit of a looser corner compared to his teammate in on lane 1, B.J. Lee. So see if the young Canadian can stay composed, stay focused to try and complete that very difficult double.
Oh, a hush falls over the crowd. Final of the men's 200 meters. The gun in their way fairly. Spearman had a bit of a slow start, and Rasheed Dwyer's run right away from him. Dwyer running up on Edward, making up the stagger as they come through the bend, and down the straight they come. DeGrasse outside trying to keep up, but Dwyer looks strong. Here comes DeGrasse now with a flourishing finish at the line, so close. Oh my God, a blanket finish. 3 men across as Dwyer looked like he had the lead, and from behind came DeGrasse, and he's done it. Andre DeGrasse, 1988, in a Pan Am record, in a legal following wind of 0.3 meters per second. DeGrasse beats Dwyer by 2/100ths of a second. And Edward of Panama is in a dead heat for second at 1990. They'll have to go to the thousandths of a second to decide silver and bronze.
Well, at this point in the race, it looked like Rasheed Dwyer was powering down the middle of the track, but this is unprecedented. Normally, the middle lanes are the winners, but the young Canadian Andre DeGrasse comes through big, running out of that lane 8 blind right here. He's in about 4th or 5th position, and then starts to make inroads with speed endurance. We know that he's fast. He's the 100-meter champion, but to have this type of speed endurance as well is truly phenomenal. And to complete the double at his age, this is the new face of Canadian sprinting and potentially global sprinting. The Jamaicans will take note of this young man.
There's the photo finish. DeGrasse by 2/100ths of a second ahead of Dwyer and Edward in a blanket finish in the men's 200 meters. A stirring come from behind victory for the young man who many wondered might be tired, wondered what he had left in his legs after competing in the double here, but he's showing his resilience, and he's done it under enormous pressure and expectations in this country. The folks at Athletics Canada, Michael, had shielded him from media attention, from any sort of appearances, knowing that after his startling double in the NCAA championships that he would be the center of attention and would receive so much pressure, and he's handled that remarkably well. Look at this. A PB, a new Canadian record, 1988, ahead of Rasheed Dwyer, and Dwyer and Alonzo Edward at 1990.
Here we get a good head-on shot, and we have to remember that Rasheed Dwyer set the new